Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you're new to this channel, or you have not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you would like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they're live, and there's also a PayPal link in the info box below the video once it's rendered. But most importantly, if you would like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the shape of the Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. Please also share the show. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel. So please share the show. And one last time, if you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. Now we are joined by Ranty Flat Earth and Chocolate Saying. How are you both doing?
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning in New York. How's it going?
Not too bad.
Excellent stuff.
Well,
So,
guys.
what's happened in the last 24 hours? Anything exciting?
Yeah, Sean Hufford and Red's Rhetoric showed their appreciation for Simon Dan and how well liked they think of his work and such.
So, yeah, I watched your video. So basically, I don't know who's talking. I don't know them well enough, but I think it was Sly Sparkane that replied to Sean Hufford asking if he realised Simon Dan even existed, and he basically said no.
I think it was the way round. I think it was Sly that was talking, and then he said to Sean Hufford, "Oh, Simon Dan's in the side chat."
No, I think it was Sly who didn't know who Simon Dan was.
Oh, right, okay. I don't really know the voices that well, to be fair.
Yeah, same here. But either way, you know, considering, 20,000 subscribers in a few days, you would expect a few of them to be on his side of the argument and at least be aware of him. Considering how popular he's got and how many people are watching him, everybody must be talking about him, right? He's outperforming the BBC on YouTube. So surely he's got viral videos. Everyone must have seen the gate video. I mean, it's a video about a gate. It's amazing, right? 1.2 million views. Amazing.
Yeah, but apparently they don't know who the hell he is. Two of the biggest Ball Earth protagonists, those that, you know, everyone on Flat Earth knows them, everyone on Ball Earth knows them, and they haven't a clue who this Simon Dan is at all. It was hilarious. If you want to check out the clip, go and have a look on my videos. It's the last one I put out. You'll hear it.
Fair enough. So yeah, just another embarrassment for the Ball side and their deception and lies. Unless you want to believe that he's actually naturally and organically gained, whatever it is, 20,000 subs in a week, then fine, if you want to believe that.
Hey, you can... why don't you play that little video that I made? That little soundtrack.
Oh yes, I'll see if I can
Get
get
it
Give me a
coming
second.
through.
Should have really had it queued up.
Who? Simon Dan. Who's that? 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 Who? Simon Dan. Who's that?
Love it.
Oh, funny.
Right, let's do some housekeeping. Any signs of curvature, gentlemen?
No.
Chocolate?
Negative.
Anything?
Oh,
Anything at all?
over here. Over here.
That axial rotation of the Earth-based variety, Ranty.
Afraid not. No, can't help you with that one today.
Chocolate?
Oh.
Anybody? Where did Arwen
Negative.
go? I could have swore Arwen was on the panel before I disappeared.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he had to leave. He had some elf stuff to do.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh God, round two. Any signs of a pressurized system next to a vacuum or lower pressure system?
No, afraid not.
About a molten iron core at the center of a presupposed spherical Earth.
Other than cartoons, nope.
Any evidence for the distance to the sun?
No.
Rush out.
No, nothing at all.
No, can't help you today.
What about the presupposition itself? What about proof of radius? Any scientific evidence of R, gentlemen?
No.
I think we would need curvature for that. Some type of sphere for that. We haven't found that yet. So
It's true. What about gravity? Any signs of gravity?
No.
No?
No.
No, fair enough. I think that pretty much concludes the housekeeping.
Yeah. And any bowler that wants to come in and educate us on any of those points, the door's open, walk on in, tell us.
Are you watching the back door then, are you?
I am watching the back door.
Oh, superb.
I always watch the back door.
Fair enough. Just don't be watching it for Arwen.
No, I won't be watching it for Arwen. He can't. I don't think he can rejoin for some reason.
Oh yeah. What reason might that
be? I'm saying nothing.
Turn you back for 2 minutes and there's infighting and you're not there.
No, there was no fighting. Didn't say anything. Didn't do anything. Essentially, didn't speak to him.
Fair enough. Arwen's ace.
I actually do like Arwen. He's really good. I like debating ballers.
Yeah, the link does work, Milo. Yeah, it's good fun.
Oh, so yeah, what was I going to say? Simon Dan has thrown down a challenge.
Hey, Milo.
Hello, Milo.
Hello.
Hello.
How you guys doing?
Very well.
what's up, Milo?
I can't be here for too long because I have to do something in a little while. But I just want to ask one simple question: Can low pressure exist next to high pressure?
Hello. We have
Hello,
something.
Spurs.
Hi, Spurs. We have something called entropy.
Okay, so yes or no? Can a low pressure exist next to high pressure?
Well, can you go into
a lower pressure?
I'm trying to answer your question. Can you go into
Yeah,
a shop?
no, but you're trying to answer it with a question. I just want a yes or no.
Right. Can you buy compressed air without a can around it?
No, I want just a yes or no. Can a low pressure exist next to a high pressure?
Yes, but one would be flowing into the other.
So they can't exist next to each other because one would flow to the other, right?
Is there a point to your question?
Yeah, I just want a yes or no.
What's the point to your
how
question?
Storms are created. That's how you get hurricanes and things like that. You get the low pressure and the high pressure.
So can low pressure exist next to high pressure?
Yes, we've already answered that. What's the point of your question?
So it can.
Yes.
Inside.
So then, what's the objection to a vacuum being next to a?
Because they exist inside a pressurized system. The high pressure and the low pressure are inside a pressurized system. They have nothing to do with the vacuum of space. They exist solely inside a pressurized system.
Okay, so if you have no objection to a low pressure existing next to a high pressure
in a pressurized system.
Hey, Preston, can you hear us?
So does entropy exist? Yes or no?
Hey, how you doing?
Wouldn't a vacuum be no pressure?
It's the same principle. So low pressure, high pressure, it doesn't matter.
No. There's a difference between no pressure and low pressure.
A low pressure cannot exist next to a high pressure because of what Nathan said, right? Because they would mix. The high pressure would go to the lower pressure, right?
Right. You've got this. You've got a yes to your answer 3 times now, Milo. So does this in any way show that you can have a vacuum next to gas pressure? Does it show that?
What stops the pressure from sea level from rising to the lower pressure the higher you go up?
Nothing.
Why doesn't entropy happen there?
You just had that explained by Ranty. That's how we get weather and storms. High pressure flowing into low pressure. Now what we're asking is how you have a vacuum next to pressure.
I think you're missing a point, because the pressure at the top of Mount Everest remains the same.
Right.
It doesn't change.
That's nice.
Right.
So hold on. So you've got.
Then the question is why.
You've had a lot of words, Milo. Right. So you've got gas pressure at the top of Everest, and above that you've got some slightly lower pressure, and then above that you've got some lower pressure still. So at the very top, what's it pressing on up there?
It doesn't have to be pressing up against anything up there.
Oh right. So hold on.
The point.
Hold on.
You're intentionally missing my point, though.
Arwin. Just pissing me off. Arwin phoning me 15 times. Doesn't seem to get that I'm in the middle of a conversation and trying to run a show. He just persistently rings over and over again, not getting the subtle hint that I'm not going to answer his call. So what's it pressing on? You're still here, Spurs.
No, Milo's still here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the top, Milo, you've got gas pressure measured in psi per square inch, right? So what square inch is it pressing on at the top?
It's not pressing against anything.
Oh, well, that defies the laws of entropy, Milo.
Well, then, if you want to say that, then Everest remaining at a constant low psi also defies the laws of entropy.
No,
because there's higher pressure below.
You have weather. You have high pressure systems flowing into low pressure systems around Everest. That still occurs.
So then why does,
we're specifically talking. We're not talking about the medium that we can all experience.
So why does Everest
you're talking over me, Milo?
Low pressure?
Milo, stop it. Do it again. I'm going to kick you out. I'm sick of it. I get accused of talking over people all the time. You've done nothing but talk over me. Stop it, please.
Okay, so let me know when I can talk.
I will.
Isn't that the same point that he always comes up with?
Yeah.
No, this is the first time I've ever brought this up.
Okay.
So we have pressure at the top, psi, gas pressure, Milo, and I'm asking what it's pressing on, and you're saying it's capable of pressing on a lower pressure system or even a vacuum.
Yes.
No.
The same way the higher pressure below Everest can press against the lower pressure above it.
Yeah, and one flows into the other, like we've already answered you.
No,
it doesn't. Oh, right. So you have layers of pressure that don't flow into each other. Oh, that's amazing. Wow, you're a proper meteorologist, aren't you, Milo?
So explain why the pressure at Everest remains the same.
Who gives a crap? We're talking about
You're not
space.
Explaining that. There's
sorry, nobody's in. You're talking over me again, Milo. You complete arsehole. Yeah? Shut your stupid mouth while I talk. We're not talking about Everest. We can go and experience Everest. We're talking about space. Somewhere you haven't experienced, I haven't experienced, and I'm asking how the gas pressure we all experience, including at the top of Everest, how is that against a lower pressure system or a vacuum?
Listen, you brought up entropy, correct? Now explain what entropy is for your viewers.
High pressure flows to low pressure. Simple. For the layman.
Okay, great. And it equalizes at a point, right?
Right. So where we have gas pressure, something pressing on something else, where's that gas pressure at the top? Next to the vacuum, right?
I'm gonna take you in steps, okay? There's higher pressure at the base of Everest, and there's lower pressure at the top of Everest. Now, why doesn't the higher pressure flow to the lower pressure and equalize with the top of Everest?
Right. This is irrelevant. We understand.
It's not irrelevant.
Yes, we have. Why is it that I get to say 3 words and then you start talking again, Milo? What's your problem? Do you have a social dysfunction?
I've answered this 3 times or 4 times to the guy, and he just completely ignores the point.
I know.
The high pressure and the low pressure that he's talking about is contained inside a pressurized system.
Okay, Randy, the thing is that...
We are not talking about that. We're talking about low pressure.
Randy,
the vacuum of
Doing
space.
it again to Ranty.
Yes.
Milo, do you have a social dysfunction?
You're missing my point. So
Yeah,
I have
no,
to.
I'm asking you a new question, Milo. Do you have a social dysfunction?
No.
Right,
Do you?
so when Ranty's talking, listen to what he says, then acknowledge what he says at the end. Then start talking your own point.
Okay. So I heard what Ranty said.
No, you didn't seem to listen again. My instruction was to let Ranty speak. When he's finished, acknowledge what he said.
Oh, you can repeat yourself, Ranty. Go ahead.
Okay.
No, you don't give Ranty permission. That's my job, you arrogant little prick.
Oh, okay.
Don't give my guests permission to speak. Just listen. When he's finished, you'll know he's finished.
So the low pressure and the high pressure that you're talking about is contained inside a pressurized system. It has pressure. What we are talking about is the fact that there is a vacuum of space, i.e. no pressure, zero, none, against a pressurized system.
Can I address that?
You can, yeah.
Okay. So Nathan brought up entropy, Ranty. Now, entropy says that the high pressure will flow to the low pressure and equalize. Correct?
What pressure is in space? What pressure would you give that?
No. Why are you asking me? Why are you asking me a question when I just asked you one?
Because you're talking about semantics here.
I'm asking you a question.
High pressure and low pressure is different to low pressure and no pressure.
It's the same principle.
No, it's not.
Okay, hold on. Let me
Entropy.
just. Sorry, Milo. So what you're saying is, high pressure flows to low pressure, correct?
And equalizes, correct?
And
That's what entropy
okay,
says.
no worries, no worries. So, is a vacuum lower than gas pressure? Yes or no?
Yes.
So you would expect it to flow into that then, wouldn't you, based on what you've just asserted?
But we don't see that, correct?
Sorry, we don't see anything. We're not going to space, you complete dingbat.
No, but the thing is that...
So why are you saying we don't see that, idiot? We don't see it at all. Yeah? Now I'm asking you to demonstrate it. And you're just telling me about bloody Everest.
Yes, because we don't see the high pressure at the base of Everest.
Sorry, why do you keep doing this? Circle jerking us back to the base of Everest when we're talking about the medium of space that you claim satellites and shit are in. We don't care about the base of Everest, dickhead. We explain to you that we are talking about the last layer of gas pressure next to the lower pressure system of space. And we allege it doesn't exist. That can't be because of what you have explained about entropy. One would flow into the other. According to you, it just ends.
Yes, the same mechanism that stops the high pressure from the base of Everest reaching the top of Everest is the same mechanism that allows a vacuum to be next to.
Oh, really? What mechanism is
system.
that? What mechanism is that?
On our model, it's gravity.
Sorry, not on your model. In reality.
It's gravity.
Oh, really? You've got scientific evidence of gravity then to prove that that is a real force?
I mean, yeah, we can go through the Cavendish again, but I'm sure
Sorry, Cavendish has been superseded by Einstein and the bending of space-time, you complete idiot.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has. Snapped the wand in two. Do you not peep up with this show?
Yes.
Right, snapped the wand in two. No longer a fictitious force of nothingness. Yeah? Bending of bullshit space-time now, mate. Idiot.
Right, so when...
Sorry, did you just say right?
The guest, hello,
Did
Simon.
you just say right, Milo? Right. So not Cavendish's pseudo forces, but bending of space-time.
Can Simon speak? Say hello, please.
Is he still here?
No.
No.
You concede then.
Yeah.
You said, yeah, right. So not Cavendish then. So Cavendish demonstrates Newtonian gravity. Does it not, Milo?
And Einstein...
Excuse me. You haven't answered. Not and Einstein. It's been debunked. You're saying a pseudo-force, a Newtonian force, which has been snapped in two by Einstein, according to your bullshit science.
No, according to that...
Sorry, so no. A moment ago you said yes, 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 and tried to move on to Einstein without admitting your concession. Now it's no. So we have Newtonian gravity in effect, do we, Milo?
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. Absolutely not. One is the bending of space-time, one is masses attracting masses. They are very different things. Not at all
Yes,
the same. Sorry, you're doing it again, Milo. It's because you're losing. I've asked you for proof of gravity, and you've referred us to a pseudoscience circus sideshow experiment, which is not an experiment. It's been ripped to pieces on multiple times, and now we're pointing out that even if you could validate that experiment, it's been superseded by your current bullshit science. Bending of space-time, buddy. So we're back to the original question. What force is it that's keeping a pressurized system next to a lower pressurized system or vacuum?
No, Nathan, the thing is that Einstein's theory of gravity explains why masses attracts mass.
Oh,
before
tell us all
Einstein,
about it.
this cause wasn't known.
Tell us all about it.
So Einstein explained why masses attract mass.
Tell us how.
So
don't just assert it. Tell us.
You know Einstein's theory, so why do I
Sorry,
have to explain
you tell me how Einstein proved mass attracts mass.
No, he didn't prove why mass. He proved the cause of why mass attracts mass.
Oh, really? So he did a scientific experiment. Cause and effect. Independent and dependent variable. Excellent. Tell me all about them. What did Einstein have as his independent and dependent variable?
I'm not too familiar with Einstein's theory, but...
So why are you telling me that he proved masses attracted mass then, you complete idiot?
No, I'm trying to explain what...
You're trying to explain something you don't understand? That's very arrogant.
Excuse me?
You're trying to explain something you don't understand. Why would you do such a thing? Why don't you go away and learn it before trying to explain it to me?
I wasn't trying to explain, so I was trying...
Yeah, you are. You're trying to answer my question. Why have we got gas pressure next to a vacuum?
You were saying that Einstein debunked Newton, but he didn't.
Snapped the wand in two.
That's a blog post on Scientific America, Nathan.
Oh, right. So have you got something... Sorry, have you got a citation that says what you have claimed, which is that, in fact, Scientific America are wrong, and Einstein actually proved Newton right? Completely contrary to what... Sorry, you're doing it again, Milo. While I demolish your argument, yes, there is a citation that unequivocally states that the wand of Newton was snapped in two by Einstein. Do you have a citation to back your assertion that in actuality, Scientific America are wrong, and you are right, that he was actually proving... So you're doing it again. One more time and you go. Control yourself. Control yourself. Do you have a citation to back your assertion that Newton actually was backed by Einstein? Can you get that for me right now?
This is a straw man because I don't disagree.
Sorry, do you have a citation to back your assertion that Newton was being backed by Einstein? Do you have that? It's a yes or no question, Milo.
Nathan, I do not...
Not Nathan. It's a yes or no question.
Yes, Scientific America. That same post that you posted agrees with what I'm saying.
Excellent. Bring it up. Let's have a look.
The Scientific America, the one that you just been citing.
Yeah, bring it up. It's your citation. Bring it up.
It's yours.
You are saying it backs... You are saying it backs your claim, so let's see you present it and show me.
What is
Not what? Screen share.
The name of that.
Screen share your citation, Milo. Not what.
I don't remember the name of that post. What was it?
How do you know it backs what you say then?
Because we've read it multiple times.
Oh, so quote it verbatim.
You said it snaps the wand in two.
Yeah, that was what I cited, and you agreed because you've read it. Now I want to know the other bit that backs you and what you say. So it's not snapping the wand in two, it's actually backing Newton. So tell me where it says that. Show it me.
It's your interpretation that's wrong.
Yeah, I'll interpret it when you show it me. So get it up and show it me.
I forgot the name of the blog post.
Oh, well, let's just disregard what you say then, because you can't back it up with evidence.
Is that how things work?
Yeah. If you can't prove it with evidence, I'll just ignore you.
You're thinking the snapping the one and two means that Einstein debunked Newton, when that's not the case. When you snap the one and two, what you do is you explain the cause.
No, that would be doing science. Establishing cause is establishing the scientific method. That's what cause and effect relationships are done by. Science, my friend. That doesn't establish the cause. Saying the one snapped in two, that doesn't establish a cause. You're a buffoon.
When someone does a magic trick and you snap the 1 and 2, you bring forth an explanation to that trick.
No, you don't.
Yes or
You
no?
snap. Sorry, have you done any magic?
I'm being serious.
Sorry,
right now,
have you done any magic?
Yeah, I can do a simple magic trick. Yeah,
Really? And if you
when
snap a wand
when
in
I figured
two,
out,
so you
when I
pull a bunny
found
out of
out-
a hat and then you snap a wand in two, does that show the cause when you snap the wand in two?
it's not literal, Nathan. Do you know? How
Oh,
to
is it
read?
not? Oh, right. Okay. Just
There's
assert
no
things.
literal
Just keep asserting
wand.
stuff, Milo. Just keep asserting stuff without backing it up with anything.
So a simple card trick.
Milo,
Once you learn,
you can't. Milo.
no. Once you learn how to do a simple magic trick, you've snapped the 1 and 2 because you know how to do the trick now. So you have an explanation to that trick.
Really, it's almost as good as science then. Really.
You don't know what snap the 1 and 2 means.
Yeah, it's almost as good as science, according to you. It gives you a
It's not a
cause.
debunk.
Yeah, it gives
It's
you
not
a
a
cause.
debunking. It's an explanation.
Gives you a cause, right? According to
Excuse
you.
me?
Gives you a cause. Snapping the wand in two, that metaphor, suddenly gives you a cause of an effect, according to you, because you're an idiot. Hello, James. Jimbo.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
So, snap the wand in two. What's the cause based on that statement, you idiot?
Well, according to Einstein, it's the bending of space-time, but I don't necessarily agree or even...
Oh, my bad. You don't agree with Einstein. I see. Milo. Why? Have you got published?
Have you?
Sorry, you're disagreeing with Einstein. So,
So are you.
yeah.
Okay, so then what is the point of this question?
Because I'm asking you what evidence you have to demonstrate a pressurized system next to a vacuum.
No.
What do you mean, no? Yes. You have asserted that because of something to do with the bottom of Everest, that we can have pressurized systems next to a vacuum. It's nonsense. You haven't proven anything.
Well, we can prove Newtonian physics, but not necessarily Einsteinian physics.
Oh, right.
So,
Well, Einsteinian physics is the current one that's being used by modern science, my friend, and it debunks Newtonian gravity.
no, it doesn't debunk it. It attempts
It does. Newtonian gravity is masses attracting mass. Einsteinian gravity is the bending of space-time. They are totally different.
No, it tries to explain why mass attracts mass.
Citation, please. Don't laugh at me. Just bring up a citation that proves what you've just asserted.
The whole bending of space-time.
Are you just going to assert more crap, or are you actually going to get a citation?
What do you understand what the bending of space-time
I
is?
understand what a citation is. Go and get one to back your assertion. Otherwise, I'll just ignore it again. Dismiss it completely.
Oh, yeah. The bending of space-time relies on mass.
Yeah.
There's
Just
no
stop
bending of
throwing out
space-time without mass.
assertions. Go and get your citation to back what you say.
Bending of space-time relies on mass.
Yeah, because only a mass can
You
bend
know
the
that?
space.
You performed. You've done experiments with space-time. You know that?
I don't. Didn't I just say I don't necessarily agree with Einstein?
So why
can
are
only
you doing this?
Newtonian.
So you don't know the cause. Could be
Excuse me?
Newtonian. Science says otherwise, but you don't agree with science currently. That's what you're saying. So you've got
Because
a
we
sack full of
can't-
crap to present us. You don't even know which one you agree with. What is the
Because
point
we-
of you being here, Milo? You're useless. You still haven't done what we've asked, which is present evidence to demonstrate how you can have a vacuum next to gas pressure.
Okay,
I mean,
here we go.
always got it.
You're trying to get me to agree with Einstein, but there's no way we can prove Einstein. That's why I side with Newton, because we can prove Newtonian physics.
So what's the point in having
Because it
Einsteinian?
relates.
So what's the point of Einsteinian then? Why are they looking for dark matter then? What's the point of it all?
I've already told you it's an attempt to explain Newtonian physics. Do you
Oh,
understand?
really? Have you got that citation?
It's an attempt.
Sorry, show me the citation that backs your assertion for the third time.
A citation, okay.
Well, while he looks for that, maybe I can chime in on pressure a little bit.
Go ahead.
Can you guys see?
One of the problems is that, like, just like density being misused, so is pressure. Now, when we talk about our air, we talk about differences in pressure, relative humidity, and stuff. Well, we have to have like parameters and benchmarks to work from. And with the air, well, the air has a saturation limit and can be dry or wet, right? Now, this is caused by vapor pressure, the vapor pressure of the water in the air. So as a standard, when you have 50% relative humidity in the air, materials don't either absorb water or lose it to the air. That's kind of a base right there with the vapor pressure and water pressure in the air at 50% relative to each other. Now, as water evaporates from lakes and oceans and stuff, of course, as liquid water, it has a higher volumic mass. When it vaporizes or evaporates, it exerts a pressure over a wider or bigger area, and it loses heat, or as it rises, it expands, goes up, and loses heat. So some of the basic rules of physics is that heat moves to cold and that high pressure moves to low pressure. And what is really doing it is the concentration of water in the air relative to the temperatures around and involved. Because again, in a pressurized system, the greater, well, the greater the pressure, the more water can be held in the air. The lower the pressure, it starts to come out.
Okay, so what are you attempting to explain?
Well, the claim that the pressure over Everest is lower and it's because of this or that, and it can coexist with space. No, in a vacuum, no, it can't. You know,
Well,
all these things are in a closed system, like Bill Nye said. We can't go up, we can't go nowhere.
all right, so
Understand that there's a difference between a low pressure system and a
and what
zero
causes it?
pressure.
Vapor pressure, and thermal differences.
The concept of entropy deals with low and high pressure. It doesn't make a distinction. Hold up, it doesn't make the distinction between no pressure and high pressure. You understand? So
well, I'm talking about the physics of what happens to water when it evaporates. It raises its volume and it rises.
Okay, so
heat with it, and as it cools, it contracts.
I'm sorry, man. You're long-winded and you talk kind of slow. Can I get back to my point about bending space?
Go to entropy instead of just water and pressure, which is.
Well, Nathan brought up entropy as a reason
now,
why.
So I'll hush up now because, like I say, these are just distractions from
Sorry, I'm only talking about entropy because Nathan brought up entropy as an argument against.
We're talking about density, and it had its issues. We're talking about pressure and systems here, and shortcomings and heat and temperature and other stuff, and vapor pressure are definitely shortcomings, and they keep the ball rolling and nothing gets done. Because then you bring in entropy and you're not, it's like looking at the dog's tail and forget about the head and the body. We're only looking at the tail here. So you go look at the tail. Can I just
read this? I'm just going to read this, bending a space-time having to do with mass, because somehow you guys
not having
know
to
that.
do with, not having to do with mass. You said it supports.
It relies on mass.
You said it supports Newtonian. That would be mass attracting mass. I've read it. It doesn't say anywhere mass attracting mass in there.
Listen.
I've read it. It's been on screen. You said it supports Newtonian's mass attracting mass. It does not say that.
Why are you talking over me?
Because I'm telling you that you're now changing what you've asserted, that it's got everything to do with mass.
Look, Nathan, I'm going to.
You're now talking over me, Milo. You've asked me a question and I'm answering you. You asserted that it supported Newtonian gravity, mass attracting mass. Now you are saying it has everything to do with. You're doing it again, Milo. Is it time for you to leave? I've shut up and listened to you. Now I'm telling you, you have changed what your position is from mass attracting mass, Newtonian gravity, to mass bending space-time, which is what I asserted. So your slippery little change has not gone unnoticed.
No, Nathan, that's not
So
what I'm...
show
look,
me where it says
I'm
mass
saying-
attracting mass, Milo. Show me that in this paragraph.
That's not what I claimed.
Yeah, that's what Newtonian gravity is. Mass attracting mass.
Well, that's not what I claimed. I claimed that
Yeah,
Einstein...
you claimed that Einstein backed Newtonian gravity.
No, I said Einstein attempted to explain.
Oh, really?
Do you understand that?
No, I
Do you
understand
understand the
that to
distinction?
explain something, you would require a cause.
Do you understand the distinction between attempt to explain?
And scientific proof? Yeah, I understand. One has got validity and one hasn't.
Look, you said that mass is not related to the bending of space-time.
No,
And
I said that Einstein did not back Newtonian gravity, and I gave it a distinction. I explained that one is mass attracting mass, the other is the bending of space-time.
Nathan, you know that I'm on the timestamp where I said that mass has everything to do with bending of space-time, and you said no.
You said
So I'm gonna
Einstein
timestamp
backs
this.
Newtonian gravity. Newtonian
I'm
gravity,
gonna
you're
time-
doing it again, Milo. You said Newtonian gravity is backed by Einstein. It isn't.
I'll timestamp everything, Nathan, just for you.
That's fascinating. Show me where it says mass attracts mass in this paragraph, as opposed to the bending of
Not what I
space-time,
claim.
which is what it details.
Not what I claim.
Oh, really?
It's not what I claim.
So, okay. Let's just accept this bending of space-time now and explain how that allows a vacuum to exist next to a pressurized system.
The thing is that I cannot prove Einsteinian physics. That's why I believe in Newtonian physics, because that's something that can be proven.
Oh, really? Well, according to current science, masses aren't attracting masses. We've got the bending of space-time.
Oh my God, the bending of space-time relies on mass.
Oh, really? Does it attract? Does it rely on mass attracting mass or mass bending space-time?
Supposedly, it causes mass to attract mass.
Where does it say that? I don't see that on the page. Can you highlight it?
Large objects, as the sun, and planets aren't the only masses that warp the fabric of space-time.
Sorry, that
Anything
doesn't say
with
mass attracting mass.
Nope, I'm going to continue speaking.
Yeah, I can read, and so's the audience. They've all read it. It's been up for quite some time, Milo. Nowhere in this paragraph, no matter how angry you get, will it say mass attracts mass. What it will say is precisely what I asserted, which is that mass causes the bending of space-time according to Einstein. Totally.
That's not what you asserted. You
Yeah, I did. You can get annoyed as you like. But I did assert that they are not in any way supportive of each other. One is the bending of space-time, one is mass attracting mass.
Okay, what causes the bending of space-time? According
I
to
don't think
Einstein,
that's
what causes that?
That's the problem. See, space-time is to do with space, Milo. Now, space, according to you guys, is a vacuum. Bringing us back to the original question. Let's see if Milo can listen
We're
without
all in
talking over.
space.
No, I knew he wouldn't. I even predicted it. That's how predictable you are, Milo. So, Milo, we're back to the original question. If we've got space-time, then we've got space, right? A vacuum next to a pressurized system.
idiot.
So, hold
Let
on.
me finish
Hold
reading
on,
this.
Milo.
Finish
Hold
reading
on.
this.
It's
No,
okay,
no,
Milo.
no.
I know you're very annoyed
Anything
at
with
losing.
mass,
I
including your
know.
body,
It's very upsetting
bends
for you,
this
Globers.
four-dimensional cosmic
Yeah,
grid.
there's a reason why I asked you the question. If we've got space-time, yeah, he's asserting space, and I'm saying that word, space. That's something.
Space is everything.
Milo, it's space, right? A vacuum
Space
next
is
to a
not just a
pressurized.
vacuum of
Yeah,
space.
every time I say it, Milo talks over me because it's embarrassing for him. It's funny to the audience, though, Milo. So keep it up. Yeah, you can sigh. It's funny. So we're back to space. Got space-time, right? According to Einstein. So, how do you have gas pressure next to the vacuum of space?
Can I talk for a
You could
longer
answer my
period of time?
question. It's up to you. It's the same question that was asked when you first joined the panel.
Well, you're asking me to defend Einstein's theory, and I
No,
don't
I'm not.
accept
That's
it.
not what I'm asking. Would you like to repeat what I'm asking? Probably for about the 10th time.
Yeah.
I'm
How does
asking
how
not to
does the
defend
bending of
Einstein.
space-
Hello? I'm not asking you to defend Einstein as you've just asserted incorrectly. I'm asking you to explain a pressure from a gas next to a vacuum. Not
Okay.
Einstein. Okay, Milo?
So, according to Newtonian physics, mass attracts mass.
Where does it say that on this page? Because this is current science. This is
You're saying
superseded.
this is Einstein.
Oh, right. Well, that's the
I
problem
told
then.
you
Why have
that
you got this up then?
I don't believe in Einstein.
Oh, we don't believe in Einstein, so we're just going to be
Yes, because
believing in
I
Cavendish.
cannot prove it.
Oh, right.
I don't
well,
believe I don't believe it because I can't prove it.
I don't believe.
I can prove Newtonian physics.
Go on then. What's
So can you address Newtonian physics?
Sorry, it's been superseded in current science.
It
But
has
yes,
it.
absolutely.
It
You
has
don't have any valid scientific experimentation to back Newtonian gravity.
Okay, let me continue with this paragraph. It's only a short paragraph. Can I just get through this?
It's been on screen for ages. People have already read it. It doesn't
All
say
right.
mass attracting mass.
Large-
It's got
oh,
nothing to do with
listen.
Newtonian, and you don't even believe it. Why
Oh
are
my
you citing
God.
it? You don't even
Because
believe
you're
it,
saying
Milo.
that it-
Is this the
Excuse me?
explanation for the vacuum next to the gas pressure or not?
No, this is the explanation that
Oh,
says
I
that
don't care
Einstein
then.
didn't
Then I
debunk.
don't care. I don't want to. You don't believe in this, and it doesn't explain gas pressure next to a vacuum. So who cares?
You're misunderstanding that Einstein didn't debunk Newtonian physics.
Who
And I'm
cares?
showing you how.
Who cares? I
Okay,
want to
so
know
then
about
stop
gas
saying
pressure next to the vacuum of space. I don't care about Newton or Einstein. Only about gas pressure next to a vacuum.
Okay. So if mass attracts mass,
If mass attracts mass, what are you talking about?
since mass attracts mass,
No, it doesn't. Show me scientific experimentation to prove that.
the Cavendish experiment shows that mass
No,
attracts mass.
Cavendish experiment. What's the independent variable? I don't laugh just because we've already demolished this about 10 times.
The
What's the
independent
inde-
variable
what's the
is the
independent
mass
variable?
of the object.
What's the independent
mass of-
variable for Cavendish?
The mass of the objects.
So mass is the cause, not gravity.
Along with the other things.
Sorry, excuse
The
me, we
cause
weren't talking
is-
to you, Rumpus. So mass is the cause. So your independent variable, the cause of mass
Yeah,
attracting
it
mass,
causes gravity.
is mass. So where'd you get gravity from? I don't understand. If your independent
Why don't
variable is
you ask-
mass, that's the cause, Milo.
Why don't you ask me what the dependent variable is?
Oh, the observed phenomena. What's your observed phenomena?
The dependent variable is the force between the objects.
Sorry, the dependent variable, the thing that you are varying, is the force between the
No.
objects.
You said dependent, not independent, Nathan.
You
Yeah, I'm not
damn
deaf,
idiot.
Rumpus. So the
The
dependent
variable
variable.
is not the variable I'm
Sorry,
varying.
tell me again. What's the dependent variable? What's your observed phenomena?
The angle of the bar.
So
The force of the
that's
object.
sorry. Angle of a
between the
bar
objects.
is not a naturally observed phenomena. I thought we were doing
Dude, you have to
science,
observe it.
studying the natural world, Rumpus.
You don't
Hold
think
up,
bars
Rumpus.
are natural?
Hold
Sorry,
up. Hold up, Rumpus.
is that
Hold
not
up,
part
Rumpus.
of the experimental equipment?
Sorry,
Is that
Sorry,
not part of?
I got
yeah,
this.
sorry to
I can't
interrupt you, Milo,
talk to
but it is
both
actually
of you
bar is
rumpusing
actually
the
dependent
hangout.
variable. That's
I
the thing you
can't
actually made
talk
us
to
carry on.
both of you rumpusing the hangout. Yeah, the bar is part of the experiment. That's not step one. Observing a phenomena is step one.
Step one is ask a question. Step
No.
one is ask a question. It's not observe a phenomena. So
Really? So
you can
why do
stop
we have
that.
why do we have a dependent variable then?
The dependent variable is the force between the objects.
Sorry, the dependent variable would be your observed phenomena. But according to you, we're
Yeah,
just
it's
asking
the force between
questions,
the
right?
objects.
So why have a
It's
dependent
not step
variable? Milo, why do we have a dependent variable if we're just asking questions?
Because from asking a question, you can form a hypothesis.
With an independent and dependent variable.
Yes, you dumbo.
Right, so we've got a dependent variable, an observed phenomena then.
It's a presumed dependent variable.
Sorry, you don't have a presumed
effect.
dependent variable. You're observing a phenomena, something that's happening, and then trying to figure out how and why it happens. You know, no, Milo, you're not going to get away with that. We don't have an assumed phenomena. You complete idiot.
That's what a hypothesis is.
So we have an assumed phenomena, do we? Really?
A hypothesis is a presumption.
Yeah, a presumption of a cause, which you will validate or invalidate by systematic experimentation. The presumed cause is the only assumption in a hypothesis. The cause. You will try and vary that cause to cause the effect of the phenomena.
Nathan, there's a presumed effect as well.
No, the effect is something that you observe in nature. It's a phenomena.
No,
Rotation of the Milo, the phenomena. Milo, let's just quick one fight, Milo. The phenomena you observe in the Cavendish experiment is the rotation of the bar.
Sorry, not the phenomena you observe in the Cavendish experiment. That's step 4. You observe a phenomena in the natural world and then try and figure out what's caused the phenomena. You don't conjure the phenomena in the experiment.
You
Yeah,
can
but
you
Rufus,
can see
hold
an
on,
apple
Rufus.
falling, Nathan. But
So we're trying to find the cause of the effect of apple falling. So our dependent variable has changed from torsion bar twist to apple falling.
no,
Wait,
that's
hold on,
you want it
Rufus.
in a natural context, and that's the natural phenomena. And then you isolate the variables by putting it into a situation in the Cavendish experiment where you can isolate your variables and observe the phenomenon accurately.
Excellent. So where in the Cavendish experiment do we see the apple falling to the ground?
There. Hello?
Where do we
Yeah.
see the apple falling in the Cavendish experiment?
Is there an experiment like to show the results? Anyone can reference that?
Excuse me, I was in the middle of asking a question.
That was gibberish.
Sorry, I was asking a question. Where do we see the apple fall in the Cavendish experiment?
The attraction between the objects, Nathan.
Sorry,
That's
Sorry,
that's the
excuse
that's the
me.
representation.
That's your assumed phenomena, right?
Experiment so you can measure things.
Hold up,
Your
Rufus,
assumed
let me
phenomena
get-
is not an
let
apple
me get a-
falling.
You're
You're an idiot,
Hello.
Nathan. If you think that is in any way a point to make, it's not even a
Hold on, bro.
13-year-old would make that point.
Hold up,
So you've
hold
just
up.
told me that the observed phenomena was an apple falling. Now you're telling me it's torsion bar twist. Those two things are not the same, Rumpus.
They are because the
Oh,
torsion.
they are. Oh, my bad. I often mistake an apple falling out of a tree for the twist of a torsion bar because I obviously observe the natural phenomena of torsion bar twist all day long. That's what I do. I just walk around seeing torsion bars. That's what I do. I mean, obviously, that's a naturally observed phenomena, right? It's not conjured in the experiment. I'm just being stupid. Apple falling, torsion bar twist. Yeah, they're the same thing. My bad. We're establishing how an apple falls with no apple, with no tree, with a piece of equipment that we will build ourselves, and we will call the phenomena the bar on the test itself, because that's obviously a naturally observed phenomena. That's what we have.
Rotation of the bar is giving you a measure of the force. It's a way of measuring force.
Really? Well, we're trying to figure out what an observed phenomena is caused by. So just asserting the word force over and over again when that's your presumed dependent variable is just absolutely laughable. Yeah, you've got to have a phenomena first.
No, you don't,
Rotation of the
Nathan.
bar.
Yeah, you don't need a phenomena. We can just invent one. Right.
No,
Tell
you
me.
have to ask a question first.
Oh, we do we? So why do we bother with independent and dependent variables then? I've already asked this.
Because the hypothesis is a presumption.
A presumption of a cause. Yes, you have a presumed cause. Your hypothesis establishes the presumed cause of the effect that you have seen.
No. It's the
Yes. You will vary the independent variable to try and cause the effect. The phenomena.
they're both presumption. The cause.
I'm just going to presume this is a phenomena. I don't really have a phenomena. I haven't actually seen anything happen, but I'll presume I've got a phenomena and I'll start testing from there.
Okay, hold on,
my
Nathan. You
God.
Let me
really
ask
are
him.
desperate.
Let me
You
ask
guys
Nathan
are
a question.
idiots. You're idiots.
You're an idiot, desperate moron.
Really? Well, I understand that a phenomena is a phenomena, right? I don't conjure a phenomena and then start testing.
You ask a question.
Oh,
and then
do
you
I? Really?
make
I
a-
ask a question. Yeah, we've had this already. Yeah, but at some stage, Milo, regardless if you want to add on an extra step 1.A, we have
So you
to
want
ask a
in my
question
experiments, Nathan,
about
don't you?
what
You're saying
causes...
you can't make an experiment of anything because that's not the thing you observe in the natural world. You're an idiot.
Sorry, what are we observing in the natural world then? Apples falling.
I mean, unbelievable argument. So stupid. I mean, it's
That's
Wait,
just
hold up,
brilliant.
Rufus.
That's excellent
Go ahead,
ad
Milo.
Can I
hominem.
talk to him real quick?
Yeah, go, Margaret. Sorry.
Nathan. So is a hypothesis a presumption? Yes or no?
The independent variable is the presumed cause of the phenomena
And-
that you have observed.
And the dependent variable is the presumed effect.
No, it's
Yes or
the
no?
effect.
Yes,
Just
it
the
is.
effect. Just the phenomena.
No, it's a presumed effect because you don't know if it's gonna if that effect is even gonna happen.
Oh,
Because
really?
it's just a hypothesis.
Oh, really? So when people were dying of scurvy, they presumed the effect, or did they watch people die?
Yeah, they presume the effect. Yeah.
Sorry, did they watch people die, or just think that people might die if there was a strange disease that could happen? They just presumed an effect, right? They didn't watch
The
people
effect is
die.
people dying.
Excuse me.
The effect is people
They didn't
dying.
watch people die. They just presumed that people might die in the future if we had a disease called scurvy. No, they had an observed phenomena. They watched people die.
Oh,
They didn't
scurvy
presume
is-
an effect. you complete idiot.
And you can watch a bar rotate.
That's fascinating. Where in the natural world do I watch the natural effect of bars rotating?
We are part of the natural world, Nathan, and we can create an experiment in which that happens.
Really, natural is absolutely unequivocally not man-made, you idiot.
You idiot.
Natural
What's
as
natural world got to
opposed-
do with anything? We're
Yeah,
talking...
because that's what we're studying. We're studying the natural world, not a presumed effect that you have conjured, you idiot.
Nathan, natural world is as opposed to a supernatural world.
Yeah.
So we're not testing the supernatural world,
Exactly.
you idiot.
Well said, Milo.
Oh, really?
Well,
Well,
anything that's not supernatural is natural, you dumbass.
Yeah, well said.
so man-made stuff is the natural world. Wrong.
Yes, you retard. Yes.
All right. Well,
It's
you
not
can believe that all
supernatural.
you
So are
like.
you arguing it's supernatural?
Yeah, well, that's why you believe the Cavendish experiment proves a presumed effect, a presumed phenomena, because you're retards. Yeah, I don't mind you being retards, but you are retards. You have a presumed effect. A bit like Sly Sparkane, who's just joined the panel, who doesn't even come up with a hypothesis.
Nathan.
He's straight onto the
Nathan,
experiment
are you
without even
arguing
giving
that
us a
it's
hypothesis.
Oh, I didn't have a hypothesis for the Cavendish
Yeah,
experiment?
we asked you on multiple times, and you didn't give us
are
one.
you-
You said you'd come up with a hypothesis after you did the test. I've still got it. Do you want me to dig it out and edit it together with what you say next?
Nathan, answer the question. I didn't have a hypothesis for
No.
the Cavendish experiment?
No, for your test that you ran,
Oh,
Sly.
I'm sorry. We're switching subjects again.
we're talking
because
about
you can't
Cavendish.
answer anybody.
We're talking about Cavendish.
You can't answer anybody, Nathan.
Yeah,
You really can't. So all you do is you talk over them until you feel good about yourself.
And
Oh,
shout
really?
natural
Well,
world.
hold on, I've got three of you ganging up on me, so maybe Sly can answer. What's the observed phenomena in the Cavendish experiment?
Gravity, mass is attracting.
Oh, really? So a second ago, I was told that it was
It's
both an
rotation of the bar,
Excuse me,
right?
I haven't
Yeah,
finished
yeah.
talking,
By way
Rumpus.
of the rotation of the bar.
Let's
yeah.
just kick Rumpus out because he can't shut up. I was talking to Sly. So,
Mm-hmm.
a moment ago I was told that it was torsion bar twist / apple
Yes.
falling. Now I'm
Yes.
being told that... Sorry, you don't have to constantly agree while I'm talking, Sly. Just try and calm down.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to bring a little speed to this.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no
Yeah,
need.
you're
There's no...
long-winded as hell, Nathan.
Oh, am I? My bad.
Yes, dude.
Oh,
you
right.
talk
Well, it
too
takes
much
a
and
long
you don't
time
say
to explain...
anything.
Takes a long time to explain stuff to idiots. People that...
Babbling idiot.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would be
we're
you
the
guys.
idiots.
Yeah,
You
you
drink
guys
piss,
think you
we're
can
the idiots,
presume
though.
an... Milo, shut up.
So come on, Nathan. Keep on with your question.
What's your presumed effect? What's your presumed observed phenomena?
That masses will attract.
Mass is
I'm
mass is
going to
attract.
presume a phenomena. I'll presume a phenomena's going to happen, and then I'll go forward and
Watch
experiment
it.
on
You
what
don't
might
presume it.
cause that
Watch it.
presumed
That's what a
phenomena.
hypothesis is.
I think I broke him.
You guys are idiots.
That's what a hypothesis is. The whole hypothesis is a presumption.
No. A hypothesis establishes a presumed cause for your observed phenomena. That's what a hypothesis is. It establishes what you presume to cause the effect. That's a
We don't-
And we
hypothesis.
have an effect, Nathan. We have an effect. And
What's
a
that
observable
effect?
a measurable effect. And we
I've
can
got
measure
3
it.
effects so far, Rumpus. I've got apple falling, torsion bar
No,
twist,
not in the
and
Cavendish experiment.
Sorry, I hadn't
Nathan.
finished my
Why-
sentence.
Why are you
Rumpus.
introducing other
Haven't
experiments?
finished
We're
my
talking about the Cavendish
sentence.
experiment.
Right, Rumpus, one more chance. Then I kick you out.
Well, stop interrupting me. Allow
I
me to
was
have a
talking.
sentence.
So, I've got 3 so far, Rumpus. One
So
from
Nathan
you.
can't actually
2.
answer.
Oh, now
Focus on the
Sly's doing
Cavendish
it.
experiment,
Right,
Nathan.
who wants to
Focus on
get
the
kicked?
Cavendish
I'm not going to
experiment.
talk to 3 of you. Who's going to get kicked, Sly or Rumpus?
You're not talking to anybody.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. I've got
Maybe
3.
server mute them, Nathan.
I have got 3 presumed effects. I've got
Not for the
apple
Cavendish
falling.
experiment, you're
Oh,
right.
there we go. I've got
Everybody
20
quiet.
seconds.
Let him say it. Let him
Right.
say it. Everybody quiet. Everybody quiet.
You don't
Go
have
ahead.
to guide my show, Sly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
you
was
don't
just
have
trying
to.
help you along.
No, you
Man,
don't
you
need
don't
to
even-
help me. I can
You were
explain.
helping, Sly.
I can explain that you have given me 3 effects for the Cavendish experiment.
No, you
Apple.
haven't. We gave you
no,
There we go.
Rumpus,
I didn't even
Rumpus,
get through
Rumpus.
my sentence, and I'm being interrupted again. Sorry, what was
Let
it
him
you were
talk.
accusing me of? Constantly interrupting people? Did you say,
Rumpus,
Sly?
let's mute. Let's both of us mute. Let's mute.
Okay.
Right. So I've been given 3 effects: apple falling, torsion bar twist, and gravity by Sly just
Right.
now.
They're all
so
three
it's-
the same thing.
Oh, they're all so apple falling is the same as a metal bar turning. No, that's not the
Yes.
case, Sly. Are you an idiot?
100%. 100%. Yes.
No, that's not the same
Yes.
thing.
Because what we are seeing is
I'm
we are
just going to
seeing
assert
masses
something
attract. Just
equally ludicrous. Television is the same as table.
Hey,
Absolutely
can I
correct.
answer your question?
No,
Can
I'm
I
going to
answer your
assert something
question?
equally nonsensical, which is that
Can
the
I
table.
answer your question or not? Then you can
No,
laugh.
I've just told you twice no.
you
I'm
don't wanna hear
making
the answer.
assertions, and you will shut
So
up
you don't
while I
wanna
make
hear the
them.
answer.
You have just
He's in
asserted
denial,
that
Sly.
an
He won't let you
apple.
answer.
Yeah, I noticed
Yeah,
that.
I'm going to talk. You don't have to like it. You've asserted that an apple is the same as a metal bar.
Yep.
Well, then you're an idiot. They are very different things, I'm afraid. Yeah? An apple is definitely not a bar.
Is it the same
According
as
to
a pear?
gravity, it is.
There's a pear falling different,
so we've got this third thing now. What's this, gravity?
A pear. Would a pear falling be different to an apple then?
I'll tell you what. Since you're not going to accept any answer from me.
Not accept any answer. You've told me nonsense. You've told me that an apple and a bar twisting are the same
Hey,
thing.
hey, Oakley, tell me how the Cavendish experiment works then.
I don't care. I haven't got an observed phenomena yet.
No,
I've
you
got.
got to tell me.
So
You've
far,
seen it enough
it's not
times.
my assertion, you idiot. I'm not going to tell you how it works.
Seen
It's
it
your
enough times.
assertion.
What causes the Cavendish experiment to function?
What causes the Cavendish experiment to function?
You're all about causes and stuff like that. What causes the Cavendish experiment to function without gravity?
What are you talking about? I want to know what the independent and dependent variable is.
No. You
I've been
obviously
given
have
3.
an opposing opinion, and I want to hear what it is.
I've got 3 dependent variables so far, Sly.
No, you don't.
Not in the
No, you
Cavendish
don't.
experiment, you haven't.
So
You
which
have
one is
only
it?
one independent. You
Sorry,
have
tell me again, just so I can have the audience have a good laugh at you, Sly. Tell me again that an apple and a bar that is made of metal are the same thing.
Oakley, why don't
Tell
you
me.
answer my question once?
No, I want you to tell me again, because it's funny. Tell me again that an apple is the same as a metal bar, because that will make my audience laugh, because it's funny when you assert it.
No, it's actually more funny when you deflect it.
No, tell me that they're the same thing again. Tell me that a metal bar is the same as an apple.
Yeah, the metal bar is the same as an apple.
Yeah, my table's the same as a tent.
In
As
mass,
far as gravity,
Yeah.
As far as gravity
Do they
can't
weigh
tell-
the same on some scales?
Sorry,
mate?
as
You
far as
both-
gravity, and now I'm really confused because, see, Sly told us that gravity was the dependent variable. Now I'm being told that apple and metal bar are the same, but because of gravity. So is the cause and effect between the
literally
metal
the
bar...
Can I have a full...
Is the cause and effect between the metal bar, the apple, and gravity, or are they actually your dependent variables? Because I'm really confused now. We've got several things in the mix, and I don't really know which is causing what.
Right. Well, I'll explain it to you if I get a chance to admit 2 sentences. Firstly, 1 ton of tent is equal to 1 ton of apples, so they clearly are equivalent in terms of the weight they have. And in the Cavendish experiment, if you look at my formula there, you've got 3 things you can play with. You can make any one of those the independent variable in that formula I'm showing. And you...
Sorry, no. You don't understand science. You don't have multiple independent variables. You have an independent variable, the presumed cause of the effect. Not
Can I just
3.
finish my sentence?
No,
So
no, you're not going to assert nonsense here, Rumpus. Yeah? You can tell the audience that you can pick one of 3. This isn't a bloody raffle. It's science. You have an independent variable, the sole cause of the effect. You will isolate it and then establish if it is or is not the cause. If it's not...
The rotation of a bar...
Cavendish experiment.
The rotation of a bar...
The rotation of a bar, the falling of an apple, the causing of gravity, these are all different things. We haven't really pegged down which is which.
The rotation of the bar is a result of the force being exerted on it. We can demonstrate this in other experiments where we apply forces to the bar, and the amount it twists is directly proportional to the force on it. So therefore, it is a measurement of a force that's occurring on one of the balls in action. And you've got 3 things you can play with in the experiment.
It's not an experiment if it's got 3 independent variables. I've said this about 10 times. You have an independent variable, the cause of the effect.
Oakley, let him finish.
No, I'm not going to let him assert nonsense, Sly. If he wants to tell my audience that you can pick one of 3 variables and any of them are good, then he's wrong. You have an independent variable, singular, the cause of the effect. If you cannot isolate a single independent variable, the cause, you don't have science. You have pseudoscience.
Together, Nathan. That formula that I've got shows 3...
Formulas don't cause things.
Nathan,
one's a constant, and there are 3
Formulas
variables.
do not cause things. We are not doing mathematics, we are doing science.
Nathan, all hypotheses in science have...
Nathan, we need to find...
They all have formulas.
Instead of just talking about...
That's fascinating.
Hold on, Spurs. I want to make this point. All hypotheses you will see in science will have a formula behind it. And
No, they don't. That's complete and utter shite. No, you don't. You don't need a formula behind if and then relationships between things. If this, then that doesn't need a formula. It's just an independent and a dependent variable, establishing a cause, presumed cause, for an effect. Don't
So in
need
other
any
words, Oakley's
mathematics.
just going to talk over everybody.
Yeah, he's just
Nathan,
You've done it to me this whole show, all three of you. I've had to correct Milo 5 times before you two idiots even joined, so you're not going to get away with
hush up.
leveling
You
that
haven't
shit at me.
explained
You're
anything.
doing it
Yeah,
right
just
now.
censor.
You're doing it
It's
right now.
everything
You're
you've
all
got,
talking
Nathan,
over me
censoring.
right now.
Hold
So
on.
you're going to level that at me again while I'm still in the middle of a sentence? So I'm still in the middle of my sentence. You're all talking over me and accusing me of talking over you.
No, that's all you do is keep on talking, dumbass.
You do it first, Nathan. Every time.
Nathan, so we've already explained that the independent variable is the mass of the objects and the dependent variable is the force between the objects. What is your objection to that?
So the cause is mass.
What is your objection?
Sorry, I've just
No!
halfway
What is
through
your-
a breath. Got halfway through breath. Yeah. The problem with that, Milo, is that you are telling me that the cause is mass, not gravity.
The cause of the force, yes. The cause of the force is mass, yes.
No,
What
it's
is
a
your
combination
objection?
of three things, Milo. You have to get it right here. It's three things coming together.
No, we're
Hopefully then you can
sidetracking. We're
understand it.
sidetracking.
Sorry,
He
there
can't
seems
even
to be some
understand
confusion,
that.
Milo,
Rumpus.
Milo,
I'm simplifying it.
I'll let you fight it out amongst yourselves, I think.
Milo,
So while these idiots talk to each other and establish what they actually think, I'll leave them to fight it out amongst themselves.
to differentiate between what you do in the experiment, which is just to change one thing, and the fact there are three things that are coming together to create a cause. But Nathan doesn't understand this. He thinks there's only one thing. Because you're only changing one thing in an experiment, he thinks there's only one thing that's having a cause, but it's not. So we've got to make sure we get that message over.
Cause and effect, not three causes and then.
There are three causes, you idiot Spurs. Look at the formula I've got there.
Science, and that's the problem we're having. You're
Spurs, look at my formula. Spurs, look at my formula, and you'll see there are three things, three variables that come together with a constant, and that is the math.
Your response, Rumpus, should be, "What do you mean it's pseudoscience? Let's discuss why.
Look at the
why you
formula.
think we're using pseudoscience? Why you're using? You're just trying to make your point.
Look at the formula. There are three things that come together along with a constant to create an effect.
Yeah, but again, any person would know that you would only have one cause and one effect.
No, you don't have one cause. You have three
but
effects coming
Milo
together.
knew this.
It's the interaction. Spurs. In an experiment, you vary one thing.
Yes, but
that
again, you are now teaching Milo.
Spurs.
Right now,
Spurs,
Just keep saying the same thing. Rumpus has just completely lost his shit because he's wrong, and he's got to get this point across, because if he doesn't, it debunks his experiment, which isn't an experiment. He's got pseudoscience and nothing more. So he doesn't have an independent variable, a cause of the effect. He's got three, and it must be so, according to Rumpus.
Banker.
Rumpus. Come on, Rumpus. Rumpus.
Yeah, I mean,
The Cavendish doesn't need to be. The Cavendish it doesn't need to be made so complicated. It's really just mass.
No, you got it, Marley. You can't, because then Nathan goes down this road there being, does mass cause gravity? And it doesn't cause gravity by itself. So you can't go down that route.
But mass does
have
cause
a road
gravity.
to go down because he won't actually give a counter argument.
Don't kick me. Whoever's kicking me.
Mass. Well, but you can't have gravity without mass. So.
Oh, are
mass
these assholes
does cause
kicking
gravity.
everybody? Is that what they're doing, Travis?
Who's kicking who?
Yeah, I got
Travis.
I got removed from 2 previous.
You're a bit low, Travis, by the way.
I've
Turn your
turned it up.
microphone.
So the big thing here is that Oakley has no answer for why the Cavendish experiment works.
Yeah.
Sorry, why would
Yeah,
I need
but
to
it's not
explain it?
consistent.
It's your evidence of gravity, you complete buffoon. So if you want to explain how it's a valid scientific experiment, you're welcome to explain it to me. It's your evidence. I'm not going to explain how the Cavendish experiment doesn't work. That's a complete nonsense. You have to exert how it is science. That's it. If you can back it up and tell me how it has an independent and dependent variable and establishes the cause and effect, I'll accept it.
Well, now that Spursgizmo has shut the hell up, what was your explanation for how the Cavendish experiment works, Oakley?
Yeah, I don't need to. It's your evidence
Oh, you don't
for
need
gravity.
to, so you're
yeah, sorry, you gave me about 5 seconds of speaking before you talked over me.
You answered. You said you don't need to.
Yeah, because it's your evidence to back
But
your...
you said you don't
yeah,
need to.
You've done it again. So that was 2 words and you've started talking over me yet again. So it's your assertion that the Cavendish experiment proves gravity. So you
have no
back it
answer.
up. You're doing it again, Sly. You just can't seem to contain your ejaculations. I don't know what's wrong with you. Maybe you have some sort of social issues. Either way, I will eventually get to the end of my sentence, hopefully without Sly interrupting me. You are making the assertion that the Cavendish experiment backs your pseudo-belief in gravity. So
how does it work?
Oh, he goes again. He just can't help it. This is the kind of shit they level at me. Oh, he mutes everybody. No, these assholes talk over you every single sentence you try and get out. Because they're assholes.
From the master.
Oh, there he goes again.
Yep.
Sly, is there any chance after you've just
Sly,
had a
Oh, I'm sorry, am I talking over you again?
Sly, let him have a sentence.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, let
Sly.
him expose himself.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you do that. So, the Cavendish experiment is your evidence for your assertion that we have a pseudo-force called gravity. So I will rip apart your evidence, not explain it for you, Sly.
Okay, so the evidence is that...
Sorry, is your name Sly, Milo? Do you also have a social problem where you think your name is being said every time someone says something?
So, Oakley, the whole thing is, okay, if you don't accept that gravity is the cause of the Cavendish experiment to work, and we use it in physics.
Sorry, you just said that gravity is the cause. Milo's just asserted that mass is the cause, and Rumpus has asserted that there are multiple causes.
No, there are multiple variables.
Sorry, a variable, in this instance, would be an independent variable. The cause of the effect, Sly.
Right, but they are all the same.
Sorry, you said right, so you agree we have an independent variable, Sly.
In an experiment, you
Shut
have
up.
one independent variable.
You see, this is what happens. I get to the point where I get them on the ropes. All three of them talk all over me. So I don't mind, guys. You can level all your shit about how I run my show while I single-handedly demolish all three of you. I don't mind at all. You can employ your shitty tactics of talking all over me.
God, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you can swear at me and I get to kick you out. Bye-bye, Sly. So, is gravity the cause of the Cavendish experiment, as Sly asserted, Rumpus?
Correct.
Really?
But it's the result of the three variables that I've got on screen.
Oh, sorry, I just asked a very specific question. Is gravity the cause? You said yes. Now you're telling me it's the effect. So which is it? Is it the cause? I haven't finished my sentence, Rumpus. I haven't finished. I hadn't finished my sentence. See, this is another example of you assholes doing what you accuse me of doing. So, Rumpus, is it the cause or is it the effect?
The variables that we play with create gravity, which creates a force, which creates a rotation of the torsion bar. There's several layers to it.
Oh, really? Well, that's not an establishing of the cause and effect. Science is actually very simple. You manipulate the independent variable to cause the effect. It's very simple.
Indeed, and to do that, in the experiment, you change one variable out of the three you can change. And
not out of the three you can change. You have one independent variable, and it is the presumed cause of the effect. It doesn't have three, it has one. And going forward, you validate or invalidate that presumed cause is or is not the cause of the effect. Not three, just one.
let me answer your question.
I haven't got a question. I'm asserting a fact. You have an independent variable, the presumed cause of the effect. The one singular presumed cause of the effect.
No, this is why you don't understand experiments. This is your whole problem here. You don't understand how an experiment works.
Yeah, I do. You have an independent and dependent variable. The independent variable is the thing that you as a researcher will manipulate to try and cause the effect. In your hypothesis, you have a null and an alternate. One establishes what will happen if it does not cause the effect. One establishes what will happen if it does. They are the mirror of each other. If this, then that. If this, not that. Simple. Alternate and null. When you go through the experimental process, you establish if your presumed cause, the sole independent variable, is or is not the cause of the effect. There's only two choices at the end of the experimentation. It's either the cause or it's not the cause. If it's the cause, it's the cause. There's not a second and a third one to add.
It's not singular cause, Nathan.
Yes, it is. Look up the word independent.
Experiment.
Independent.
It's one variable. One independent variable.
That's correct. The presumed cause of the effect. The independent variable. Your presumed cause.
You cannot just say it's just the mass of the one thing. You have to determine.
No, you can't just say that because it defies science, you complete retard. You can't say it, that's why you're now telling me that you have three variables in science, because you're an idiot. And you're going to tell my audience nonsense.
Here we go. Well, I haven't been able to get a full sentence on this.
but
yet,
Rumpus,
actually.
your voice already.
I haven't had a full sentence on this.
But
I
your
know,
voice
we've been
already
muted.
irritates him. But your voice already irritates him. So
well, I don't care.
Talking really, it's just not gonna,
well, I don't care
make
what
the conversation flow.
Yeah, okay. Well, Mike, give me a moment, and then you can have a go. Okay.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I know
because
you may understand. Hold on, Milo. I'd like to articulate it myself, please. That is that Nathan doesn't understand the difference between what you do in an experiment and the fact there are multiple causes for something. In an experiment, you just vary one thing, but there can be multiple things going on.
So you establish what one potential cause is, then you establish through experimentation if it is or is not the cause. That's science.
Yeah, but Nathan...
There are three you can vary.
No. You have one, the independent variable, and you establish with experimentation if it is or is not the cause.
You pick one of the three available.
So which one do you want to pick? So you pick one, then you establish that in your current hypothesis is your presumed cause of the effect. You then go forward and vary that single independent variable to establish whether that single independent variable is or is not the cause. If it is not, then you move on to the next. They are not combined. They are independent.
Yeah, hold
no, that's not what independent means, Rumpus.
Yes, but you don't understand in
So yes, but... So you do understand that independent means independent then, Rumpus? Do you understand that or don't you? Because it seems like you have a limited grasp of English.
I didn't hear what you said.
Let me have a go, Rumpus, because I know exactly what you're saying. Nathan,
being clear about it should be very evident to a 12-year-old.
Yeah, but he's not understanding. So...
Oh, I am understanding. You don't need to make such assertions about me, right? The original question was how do we have pressure next to a vacuum? This is the nonsense. And we've had an hour of nonsense.
Nathan, what Rumpus is trying to say is, I guess we can all agree that magnets attract metal.
Who cares? This doesn't prove that the Cavendish experiment backs Newtonian gravity because it's not an experiment, you don't have an observed phenomena, and you have multiple independent variables. That's not science, that's pseudoscience.
Hold up.
Hold up. I'm stating facts. You don't have to like them, Milo. You don't have an observed phenomena. You do not have an independent variable. You do not have a scientific experiment.
We have all that, but I'm just going to explain what Rumpus is saying.
Yeah, you have all that,
we all agree that magnets attract metal, but there are different variables that can cause the magnet not to attract the metal, as like distance from the two objects. So if you...
This is boring. I couldn't give a crap. Does any of this prove that you can have gas pressure next to a vacuum?
Well, yeah, if we can establish that gravity exists, then yeah.
Oh, right, you can't. You don't have a valid scientific experiment for it, Milo. That's why I asked you. Yeah? How dumb are you people?
Any sense? You're going to use distance as a variable, but that wouldn't be...
It is a variable.
Yeah, so the independent variable is actually distance. So if distance, then gravity.
No.
Oh, right, so it's not that independent variable either. Maybe it's Apple. Maybe Apple's the independent variable, right, Milo? If Apple, then gravity? Yeah?
It's a different variable.
yeah, different independent variable. A different presumed cause for the effect, right, Milo? You guys are stupid. There's no other words for it. I enjoy the show. You know, I like being accused of trying to shut these guys up all the time when they constantly talk over me. You know, they just level their own bullshit at me like it's me doing it, when in reality it's just these assholes who can't keep their mouths shut.
Go and measure yourself, Nathan. Go and look at these videos, and you will see that you are the one. You do 95% of the over-talking.
Just hold up. Spurs, what were you saying, Spurs?
Go on with the next variables in magnetism. You said distance.
Right. So what I'm saying, if you were to design an experiment...
No, just go through your variables. That's what I want to hear. You said distance. What was the next one?
If you were to design an experiment to prove magnetism, you could design something similar to the Cavendish, and the variables would be the size of the magnet, the distance to the object that you're trying to attract. All these two variables would come into effect.
We're talking about
if you're trying to prove...
Milo, you're talking about the attraction. So
yes, I know. I understand.
Milo, you're saying depending on the size and the distance...
Yes,
it's going to be the cause of whether it attracts or not.
No, of whether
the strength of attraction.
The strength of attraction, exactly.
No, the attraction. Yes. The attraction. The fact that it's about to be attracted, we're looking for that cause. Yeah.
The strength of the attraction.
The strength of the attraction is proportionate to the size and the distance.
I don't think you quite get science,
And with that, I'm going to say first and foremost a huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of the live audience for tuning in and hopefully sharing this debate. And of course, a massive thank you to all of the debating panel for making this debate possible. If you hated the show, then you know exactly what to do, but if you like the show, maybe consider sharing it with a friend or subscribing if you've not done so already. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!